Welcome to Foundation Beyond Belief, a humanist non-profit charity. Our mission is to demonstrate humanism at its best by supporting efforts to improve this world and this life. What one thing does Foundation Beyond Belief and Mother Teresa's Missionaries of Charity have in common? The answer is Hemley Gonzalez. Hemley was born in Cuba and emigrated to Florida with his family when he was 13 years old. His is a classic immigrant story of a young boy thrown into a new country with his parents, scraping by doing any job they could find to make ends meet. When Hemley was in his 20s, he became a successful real estate broker, which lasted until the 2007 stock market crash. And that's where his life changed, and when he started changing lives, by becoming the founder of the humanist non-profit Responsible Charity. And his connection to Mother Teresa?
The organization was a result of my sabbatical to India a few years ago, and I took a backpacking trip. I ran into a lot of negligence and a fraudulent charity that I was working with, which happened to be Mother Teresa's charity. My criticism of the charity and my experiences with it led to the closure of the first home that Mother Teresa had opened. Because of the negligence, it was featured in Forbes. That wasn't enough. Prompting change wasn't enough for me, and I started working in the slums, and that led to a positive transformation in my own life. And the families that I met while I was working in the slums were the families in the region that I went back to India to start Responsible Charity.
It's truly a global grassroots organization. We cross boundaries, we cross national and cultural boundaries. Our board members are from South Africa, Australia, Finland, France, all working together to improve the lives of the least of them, really, who are living in slums or on the streets and are of the untouchable caste, and who are generally considered to be completely outcast by their own society.
We seem to have hit a nerve with the middle class and the upper middle class of the Indian society,
who are now turning around and working with us and breaking down the caste system, and it's incredibly exciting to see.
They see other people joining in, and now they feel safe to go into the slums. A lot of these students have never been into a slum in their entire life, and for the first time they've joined us. So the word is spreading. We provide a lot of the financial support. We provide a lot of the basic consultation, common sense elements that a lot of these individuals didn't have, but they're running with it right now. And I always thought that that's exactly what a charity should be.
We are there to empower Indians to help themselves.
Humanism is in and of itself the guiding principle to the work that we do. The concept of God, which a humanist doesn't really believe in, that doesn't necessarily come into play on the ground, because then we'll be playing the same game that religious organizations do if you are instilling your values and your belief system, or lack of beliefs for that matter.
I can imagine that there are people that would have the misconception that as a humanist charity you'd be most interested in working with other people who are humanists, or in spreading your lack of belief, and nothing could be further from the truth. Most of the people we work with are Muslim families. Most of the people that are on our staff and are working with us are Hindu college students. And it really makes no difference to us.
Some of them are Muslims themselves.
Some of them are Muslims themselves. We have no interest in removing religion from the lives of the people we work with. We have simply an interest in improving their lives. We have a model where we have a center, and from the center we do English classes. We teach kids how to use a toilet, how to use a knife and fork. All these basic skills they will need to join into society outside of the slums, and from there we get them into schools. We help their mothers. We give the mothers the option to not have 10, 15 children. We give them these skills that will help them get out of poverty. And this is a model that has application far beyond Calcutta.
To be able to replicate the model of the grassroots movement, and to identify people at the local level who are efficient and who will be committed to understanding how we work. The basis of our charity is to teach a man how to fish instead of handing him fish. If we do that, that man can fish and feed his entire village. We're going on the metaphor. And that's very important. That needs to be present anywhere that we go from India and beyond. So something to look forward to. Definitely a lot of work, but We're up for the challenge.
Foundation Beyond Belief is this incredible organization that pulls together responsible, humanitarian, compassionate individuals from all over the world. And by bringing these people together and sending them in the direction of deserving groups and charities that are making positive changes, they are having an incredible impact on our world.
A lot of humanists are joining in and people are starting to pay attention, so we hope that more will come to the table.
Last year, Hemley received the Heart of Humanism Award from Foundation Beyond Belief at the Humanism at Work conference in Chicago. What should be noted is that Hemley was raised as an atheist, and he embraced his humanism as a young man. Hemley, Tracy, and the other volunteers at Responsible Charity are yet another example of how one does not need to be religious to have high ethical and moral standards, or to have compassion and empathy for those who are less fortunate than ourselves. If you're interested in donating money to Responsible Charity, go to responsible.charity.org. If you want to find out more about Foundation Beyond Belief, go to foundationbeyondbelief.org and become a sustaining member for as little as $5 per month. Foundation Beyond Belief, humanity at work.